Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Auto Auction Maverick. Today I want to talk about the number one habit that keeps me out of trouble at auto auctions. Okay? This is why I walk away from cars that have these kind of problems. Okay? So, one of the biggest reasons why I was successful as a professional used car buyer was not because like I'm smarter than everyone else. It's not because I have some magical ability to spot problems. Okay, it's because I eliminate unnecessary risk by maintaining the disciplines of success that comes with being a professional car buyer. One of the easiest ways I do that, it is simple, is I almost never buy a car that is leaking anything underneath. Okay. People laugh when I say that. They tell me it's just a valve cover gasket, or it's only a little oil leak, or that it's a cheap repair. Maybe. But let me ask you this. How long has that valve cover gasket actually been leaking? How long has that engine been running with less oil than it was designed to have because it's been slowly leaking for months or even years? Did the previous owner top off the oil every single time they filled up their gas? Maybe. Or they never even knew in the first place that it was leaking. And obviously we're talking about a very, very small repair, okay? But if these repairs are let go, it's going to create a lot more problems. The truth is, nobody ever knows why a car was traded in, and nobody really knows how an owner took care of it. There are signs that a Carfax can give you, like I gave you in my last video, but after buying hundreds of vehicles, I learned something that's incredibly important. No matter how good your inspection is, there are always things that you don't find until later. I'd say around half the time, there's some unforeseen issue. Most of the time, it's minor. I mean, if you're doing your job the right way, most of the time, it's minor. Sometimes, though, it can be expensive and completely deplete the margin that you may have had on the vehicle. So if I already know the car has at least somewhat major problem before I buy it, why would I willingly add another unknown element to the equation? Think about it from another perspective, okay? Imagine you're shopping on my lot. You walk around looking at a few nice vehicles. Then you kneel down and look underneath the one vehicle that has a leak in it, okay? And you see fresh oil dripping on the ground. What's the first thing that's going to go through your head? It's definitely going to be that you think that the dealer or the lot that you're shopping at does not give a rat's ass about whether they pass on a problem to you or not. So yeah, I mean, one leaking car can damage the reputation of like all the other cars on the lot. It's not just the one next to it. Your inventory is your reputation. So I do want to talk about a gray area. This is why I wore this gray shirt today. Not really. It just happened to work out that way. But there is a gray area. An older vehicle may have a slight seep that has been there forever, like maybe on the rear main seal. Maybe there's just a couple of little droplets and there's nothing else. Maybe there's a tiny amount of residue around a gasket, but it's dry to the touch. There's no fresh fluid accumulating, and it does not appear to be actively leaking. That is different. I'm talking about active leaks, like fresh oil, fresh coolant, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, anything that's obviously making its way to the ground or coating the underside of the vehicle. Those are the cars that I automatically walk away from. Not because every leak is a huge repair bill, but because I've learned that the success in this business comes from stacking small advantages on top of each other. If I can eliminate one more variable before I spend thousands of dollars, I'm going to do it every time. When you do this and you maintain the disciplines of success, you condition yourself to be looking at naturally just better cars when it comes time for sale day. So one of the biggest reasons I've been able to stay consistent is because like I only want cars that start with a clean foundation. Now, I was not always like this. Okay, the original dealer that I worked for will give you many stories about how I messed up. He was incredibly patient with me. Bone dry underneath gives me confidence. It gives my customers confidence, and it protects my reputation. I've always said that I don't just buy cars, I buy owners. And owners who take care of little problems before they become big problems usually take care of everything else too. I mean, think about it. Sometimes the best purchase you make is the car that you decide not to buy, okay? Number one habit that keeps me out of trouble at auto auctions. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Auto Auction Maverick. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.